Hello everyone, I'm Anime Freak and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be reacting to my good pals, your favourite Canadian YouTuber A's video. I know I said that twice, but whatever. It is Show Off Showdown series, and I am going to be reacting to Yang versus fryno. Am I pronouncing that right? I do apologise if I'm not pronouncing that right, I do apologise. So, yeah, if you haven't seen this video, make sure you go in the description box below. There's a link to the video. As soon as possible, come back, watch this. So that's it. Let me continue. Oh, and also, if you don't know who a Canadian YouTuber is, please go and subscribe to his channel. He's an awesome analysis. I highly recommend him. And to be honest, I really cannot. He's just a really good YouTuber. He's a rising star on YouTube. I highly recommend him. So please go and check him out. So yeah, with all said and done, to be honest. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I have absolutely no idea who this fryno guy is. Well, actually saying that, I mean you've got Yang versus fryno, and from what I'm seeing here, it's fryno that's on this side and Yang's on this side. So really, the name should be this way. But anyways, okay. Young's like, got a fist like going like that, and you know where the fist is with where Canadian YouTubers put the fist. It looks like she's like got the fist there. That's really clever. Okay, so yes, as some of you may or may not know, I'm a bit of a Ruby fan, and before anyone goes not saying that oh I'm gonna be rooting for Ruby. Yeah, I am going to be rooting for Ruby. But the thing is, I don't know who this fryno guy is. I mean, he looks like one of those Skylander thingies. I'm not really like a Skylander fan. But I know this. I know that Spyro the Dragon is part of that universe. Excuse me. And I mean that's all I really know. I mean, there's been like one or two other characters that was from Skylanders. There was that one guy, Chaos, and then there was what's his name now? There was that ninja one, and I think that was all of them. I can't remember all. I think there was one more I did, but yeah, and now there's fryno. There was also this like one video I saw on YouTube where it was like Skylanders Extreme Ghostbusters. That was pretty good. The video for that was very good. So if you want to go and check that out, please go and check it out. It's awesome. Skylanders Extreme Ghostbusters. It's really good. I recommend it. So yeah. So if my voice is a bit creaky, it's very late here, so I do apologize. So what do I think? Yang versus fryno. Well, since I know all about Yang, I'm gonna actually, you know what? No. Considering how over the top the Skylanders are, because I mean Chaos is like insanely powerful, and there was like that ninja girl. I think there was that genie as well. I mean those guys were very powerful. So you know what? Even though I know Yang is very powerful, I'm gonna have to go with the Skylanders character fryno, simply because of how powerful the Skylanders characters are. I mean, I have faith in Yang, but considering how over the top the other Skylanders characters are, I'm gonna have to go with fryno with this one. So with all that said and done, let's get to watching. Ooh, do bit of a pun. It's really late here. I do apologise. So this is Yang versus fryno. Show Off Showdown, and 3, 2, 1, and go.
Welcome to Show Off Showdown.
I wish I had snacks.
In this series, the fighters are called show-offs, and this is the series for the Show-Off Showdown. Now let's meet the show-offs for tonight's showdown, shall we? Tonight, we have a hot-headed epic battle between hot rods and fiery fists of fury.
Yeah.
That's right, Yang versus Fryno. Which of these two hotheads will burn the other up first? Well, let's find out, shall we? I put links to the analysis on both characters in the description below.
I think
now, without further ado,
I think that's Yang's in her
This is
spirit
a
mode.
Pickles disclaimer.
Oh God,
Before
no.
you watch this video, I just wanted to let you all know that there are no MMD models of Fryno or any of the Skylanders. Not only that, but the creator of this video can't find any models that look similar to Fryno. So therefore he has no choice, but the only way for him to animate this battle is to use a model he found of a bronze man with a unicorn horn to represent Fryno during the battle. So,
Not
if
really.
the model of Fryno looks really shitty, that's probably why. I'm sorry, but this is the only way he can make this battle happen, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. P.S. Ruby is owned by Rooster Teeth and Skylanders is owned by Activision and Toys for Bob. Can't have a disclaimer without that shit now, can
That's
you?
all I hear.
Come on, Anyway, enjoy the epic battle. It's going to be super swell. Link.
Get ready for the next battle.
Was that you, Gil? That guy seems a bit orny.
Sorry. See, I mistook this for some sort of sentient garbage.
I don't have time for your immature games, Crow.
Wait, you two know each other?
Jeez, you Atlas specialists think you're so special, don't you?
It's in the title.
Well, you know what you really are? A bunch of sellouts. Just like your boss.
I'm
Oh,
not sure what you think you're implying, but I've heard enough.
Oh, I heard too. I heard old Ironwood finally turned his back on Ozpin.
Ospin?
Weiss, it's time for you to go.
What?
Listen to Big Sister, Weiss. She'll protect you. Just like Atlas is gonna protect all of us, huh?
ah,
Don't hold your tongue, then I will gladly remove it for you.
All right then.
oh ho ho ho.
Come take it.
What's going on? Some crazy guy just started attacking
Your
your sister. Oh no! I would do such a bad.
Fight!
Ah, I see what they did. I see what they've done. Yeah, I know what they did. That's very crafty animation. Very clever. What's down there? Dragon Ball Z. Dragon. Yeah, kick her, but Fryno. Fryno, stay out of this spiral. What the hell? Who doesn't like Yang? She's so awesome. You know, I demand who Drew Pickles is. I demand it. Speaking of which, I have to remember to do some reaction videos for that as well. Oh. You know what? I just love how sassy Yang is. She's awesome. You know, I'm so glad she's got those leggings on. Otherwise, there would be a lawsuit. It looks like Yang's kicking his ass. 5 minutes into this. Senpai! Oh, I haven't got the energy in me like I used to. Okay, so apparently I was wrong. That's my Yang.
Well, looks like Fryno just got burned.
Now let's discuss how and why Yang wins this fiery, hot-headed showdown. Now this was actually a very close match, and believe it or not, Yang and Fryno are pretty evenly matched opponents. Now let's start off with who is more skilled and experienced. Now because the Skylanders have been around for over 10,000 years, like I mentioned in the previous Skylander fights, I think it's safe to say that Fryno definitely has a lot more fighting experience than Yang.
That's what I'm
However,
thinking.
Experience is not the same thing as fighting skill and capability. When it comes to fighting skill, martial arts, hand-to-hand combat, etc., Yang and Fryno are pretty much neck and neck. Now speaking of hand-to-hand combat, let's discuss their basic weaponry. As we all know, Yang's signature weapons are her dual shotgun gauntlets known as the Ember Celica, which can fire off explosions of kinetic energy within every punch. While on the other hand, Fryno's signature weapons are actually a pair of red-hot metal gloves. Now, as we all know, getting hit by solid metal hurts like heck, and when metal gets really hot, you definitely don't want to touch it.
Ouch.
Now imagine getting
I know.
punched by
I used to do
hard-hitting
blacksmithing.
bits of steel that are made of scorching hot metal. So as you can tell, Yang and Fryno's weapons both pack a very serious and devastating punch. However, Yang's gauntlets can also fire off powerful shotgun projectiles, which actually gives Yang the advantage in long-range weaponry. Now let's discuss speed. Now this is yet another category that Yang and Fryno are pretty evenly matched in. Yang has very fast reflexes and reaction time, and Fryno can deliver a fast flurry of punches just like that. Now speaking of speed, let's discuss their vehicles, aka the Hot Rod and Bumblebee. I think it's safe to say that Yang's Bumblebee is faster than Fryno's Hot Rod, but the Hot Rod definitely packs a greater punch. Now speaking of packing punches, let's discuss strength. Now when comparing Yang and Fryno in their basic states, Fryno is technically physically stronger than Yang. However, I'm sure we all know Yang's signature ability, aka her semblance, which leads me to powers and abilities. Yang can use her semblance to absorb hits she takes and temporarily increase her physical strength, which will definitely be a useful ability in a fight like this. Not only that, but you won't like Yang when she's angry, because when she's angry, her eyes glow red and her hair catches fire, almost as if she's going Super Saiyan. Now on the other hand, Fryno can actually do something very similar to that. When Fryno gets angry, he gets all heated up and releases a rage-filled temperature tantrum in a state that I like to call Madness Maxed. This is where Fryno punches the ground until his metal gloves and horn glow red hot or fiery yellow, and his eyes glow red with anger, temporarily increasing his striking power even further, and his fiery anger is so hot that enemies take damage just from being near him at close range. Now because Fryno is physically stronger than Yang, he is definitely going to give Yang a good run for her money, and maybe even give her quite a hard time at first. However, once Yang has taken enough hits from Fryno and added them to her physical strength, eventually she will slowly but surely turn all of Fryno's strength against him. Then again, I'm guessing most of you kind of predicted this before you even watched the video. However, Yang being able to absorb Fryno's blows and turn his strength against him actually depends on if Yang's aura is durable enough to tank Fryno's attacks, which leads me to durability. Now Fryno is pretty durable as he is able to tank lasers, magic attacks, high falls, explosions, etc., and he has a fairly good amount of armor and defense. But Fryno does have very defined physical limits, and he can be put down with enough physical force. Now how durable is Yang, you may ask? Well, as most of us know, like other huntresses, Yang can manifest her soul as an aura to heal minor wounds and shield herself from dangerous attacks. Now it is true that Yang's aura does have a limit to how much it can take, as does Yang herself. However, Yang's aura may not be invincible, but it can still take quite a massive amount of abuse. So far, Yang's greatest feat of durability is getting right back up after she tanked having a paladin mech suit smashing her right through a 4-foot wide solid concrete pillar that was designed to support an entire bridge. This means it has been estimated that Yang's aura can withstand the impact of over 1,400 tons of force. Being able to tank that much blunt force means that Yang's aura can tank pretty much everything that Fryno has to throw at her. And to prove it, Fryno's strongest and most devastating attack is known as Crash and Burn, where Fryno actually throws his hot rod so hard that when it crashes, it creates a massive fiery explosion upon impact. Let's compare this to, say, a car exploding in your face. No doubt that would be very devastating, but it's not enough to reach the limit of Yang's aura. Let me put it to you this way. Is this kind of explosion the equivalent of over 1,000 tons of force? I think it's safe to say, no, it isn't. So even with his best effort, Fryno just doesn't have the strength nor power to fully take down Yang. Now, in terms of feats, Yang and Fryno have both fought against very similar opponents, such as bloodthirsty monsters, giant mechs, other skilled warriors, etc. Now, some of you are probably thinking that Rhino has fought much tougher and more powerful opponents than Yang has. However, while Fryno has fought with the Skylanders on quite a few occasions, I would like to point out that Fryno is just a regular core Skylander, which means he is not as strong nor powerful as other more elite teams of Skylanders, such as the SWAT Force, Giants, Trapmasters, Superchargers, Senseis, and Eon's Elite. Now, theoretically, if Yang was fighting a much stronger and more powerful Skylander, such as a member of Eon's Elite, like Terrafin for example, then Terrafin would have definitely won against Yang. Okay, now before anyone gets triggered, allow me to give you a simple calculation that'll tell you why Terrafin would beat Yang in a fight. But of course, we're not here to talk about Terrafin. Let's get back to Yang versus Fryno, shall we? You know what? I think I've set it up for this episode. So overall, Yang and Fryno are evenly matched in almost every category, but Yang will eventually turn all of Fryno's strength against him, which she will use to overpower and eventually defeat him. So in the end, Yang will have a nice looking rhino head mounted on her wall. The winner of this battle is Yang. Okay, now before we wrap up this episode, there's something kind of important I need to get off my chest first. Okay, now as some of you have noticed, I've been using quite a few Skylanders characters in my Versus series. Now I know that some of you like it, and some of you think it's getting repetitive, and that I'm doing Skylanders fights too often. Well, if you ask me, I'm surprised that people aren't saying the same thing about Ruby. Here's a chart I made of all the series that I have used more than once in Show-Off Showdown. As you can tell, so far I have made 2 Dragon Ball Z fights, which will soon be 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fights, 5 Ruby fights, and 5 Skylanders fights. So as you can tell, this is not only my 5th Skylanders fight, but also my 5th Ruby fight. I know one of them was a meme fight, but the meme was based off of Ruby, so it still counts. Anyway, so let me get this straight. When I make a bunch of Ruby fights, people either don't care or they just want more of them. But when I make the exact same amount of Skylanders fights as I did Ruby fights, people immediately get sick of them or say I'm doing too many of them. Kind of, gee, awesome. That makes perfect sense. Now, in all seriousness, for those of you who are wondering why I made a lot of Skylanders fights, it's not just because I'm a huge fan of Skylanders, but the main reason why I use Skylanders characters in my Versus series is because no other Versus series does. Which is quite sad, to be honest, because Skylanders has so many amazing and highly underrated characters that are perfect for Versus series. I'm surprised that people like Screw Attack and Animation Rewind don't use Skylanders in their Versus series more often.
Fair enough.
All, really.
Very good.
In fact,
very good.
Maybe it's actually a good thing that I'm doing plenty of Skylanders fights, because using Skylanders is actually one of the things that makes my Versus series more unique and different from other Versus series, just like how dank memes is one of the things that makes Animation Rewind's Versus series different and unique from others. You understand what I'm trying to say, right? So don't think that this is going to be my last Skylanders fight in my series, because I've got quite a few other ideas I'm thinking about doing for the future. Not all of these are confirmed, but I'm sure at least one of them is. Okay, now some of you are probably going to be saying that my series needs more variety. Well, actually, if you think about it, my Versus series actually has plenty of variety. So far, I have included characters from not only Skylanders, but also characters from Ruby, Dragon Ball Z, Mortal Kombat, Ninja Turtles, Sonic the Hedgehog, Marvel Comics, Godzilla, God of War, Devil May Cry, Shantae, Splatoon, Bendy and the Ink Machine, Fairy Tail, Disney, dank memes, The Angry Video Game Nerd, retro classic games, and more. And I'm planning on including characters from other different series in the future, like Undertale, for example. Now, on a related note, my Skylanders fights are actually not as repetitive as you think.
What about
for example,
characters from
you know how
Avatar?
Animation Rewind keeps using characters like Sens and Bendy repeatedly like a million times? Well, believe it or not, my Skylanders fights are actually kind of the opposite of that. Because instead of using the exact same characters over and over again, I'm actually using multiple different characters from the series. Believe it or not, there are literally over 200 different characters in the Skylanders series so far, far, and every single character is completely different from each other. Oh, and by the way, this is no different from using many different Dragon Ball Z characters from different matchups. So if you think about it, even my Skylanders fights have more variety than you think. Oh, and P.S., the Skylanders don't always win in my series. You clearly just saw Fryno lose to Yang in this episode, and this is at least the second time a Skylander has lost in my series. So I'm not as biased towards Skylanders
adore the
as you
Canadian
think.
YouTuber.
Okay,
he is
I'm glad I got that off my chest,
awesome.
and I hope you understand what I was trying
bravo
to
for
say.
that rant. That was
now
awesome.
Stay in your seats, because I'm about to reveal the next fighters.
Next time on Show Off Showdown!
Okay, so let's... Kakarot! 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 Yeah, but he's no Kale, which can tank a Super Saiyan Blue. Everyone loves Broly, he's awesome. Broly is just scary. Kakarot. Every time he does that transformation, it's just scary. I miss the old drop backs from the old series. The animation back then was so damn good. This is what Dragon Ball should be. Lots of violence. Dragon Ball Super it will never match up to Dragon Ball Z.
He's the one, the Saiyan of legend. You, Kakarot, I choose you to be the first of my victims.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I know this guy. I wonder if this guy can actually give the Hulk for his... Oh, oh, so that's where that giant came from. Holy crap. I mean, can you imagine if he used his fist? Holy crap. Holy crap! The guy got killed with just a freaking punch, and he was just using his finger. Holy crap! I have got to check out that game.
Got any ideas for Show Off Showdown? Then let me know in the comments below, and hopefully I just might do them. Now stay tuned for the next episode of Show Off Showdown!
I have to write this down, otherwise I forget. I am very forgetful when it comes to certain things. Wrath of Asura. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to say it. I'm gonna guess that Asura I can't pronounce it. The guy that wasn't Broly is gonna win because I mean seriously, that guy could just go rich and he just punched it with a freaking punch. Oh, that looks incredible. Okay, someone remind me to buy that game because I'm gonna do it. If I get that game, I'm gonna do a let's play with that because that looks awesome. Okay, so let's see, right there, processor, PS3. There we go. Okay, there we go. Oh, I can't wait for that. So yeah, two things, actually three things. Number one. Okay, I humbly apologise to my fellow Ruby fans. Wow, I mean, like, just wow. I mean, okay, to be fair, I actually thought that, the other guy was going to win because of how overpowered the others were. And having like, him go up against Yang, I mean, Yang is only human, but, she has her semblance and she's got, like, her... Well, she's got like her gauntlets and she can take a lot of damage. But I was thinking that this guy was like, okay, so he's got like like 10,000 years of experience, and it was tricky. It was very tricky, but Mayang managed to pull through. She is awesome. Yeah, I don't think anybody could actually. Reel her in, for anybody to actually, have her as a girlfriend or anything like that. I mean, seriously, okay, that's the one thing. Okay, we all know Blake and the monkey is is going to be a couple. But what about Ruby? Actually, I think it might be actually like her and Jean maybe. Yang, I think she actually might be a loner. And as for Weiss, I have absolutely no idea, to be honest. Absolutely no idea until maybe until the series goes on. Maybe those two might actually find somebody, but who knows. So yes, that was pretty damn cool. I liked his little rant at the end where he says, even though I've got like two of these series get five matches. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has 3, and Dragon Ball Z has 2. Which, by the way, you should do more Dragon Ball Z fights. In fact, you know what? I plead you to do more Dragon Ball Z stuff with certain versions of Superman. I mean, use Dragon Ball GT Goku if you have to use against like other versions of Superman. Yeah. Loads of people are getting sick and tired of me saying that, we need more Goku versus Superman. Excuse me. I'm not saying this because I hate Superman. It's just that it's three things actually. Well, actually two. Number one. Number one, I've always said GT Goku should be used as a filter because Dragon Ball Super Goku is much more powerful than GT Goku. I mean, really, if you guys really think about it, he is pretty damn powerful. I mean, the Kaioken is, the Kaioken with Goku's Super Saiyan Blue is phenomenally powerful. And, criminy crack. And number two, I mean, I find Goku versus Superman, the fights, and the analysis, very very enjoyable. I mean, especially if it's like if you're like if you're one of those fans that likes to constantly talk about not in like in a mean way, but as in I enjoy talking about this. Let's talk about like different versions of Superman going against one of the two Gokus. So yeah, I mean, just use GT Goku as a filter, and just have him go up against like the weaker versions of Superman, and whoever can get past GT Goku, we should use Dragon Ball Super Goku, with the Super Saiyan Blue and the Kaioken. Dragon Ball Super Goku should go up against the version of Superman that actually won against GT Goku. So yeah, I mean that's just my opinion. I know loads of people are getting sick and tired of I know. Sorry, I do apologise. It's late here. I do apologise. I'll say it again. So yeah, you guys know what I was gonna say. So yes, I would like to see more Goku versus Superman. And I know some people are probably gonna give you an hard time. You know, even if you put in like Goku and Superman, you know it's a no win-win situation for analysis people like Canadian YouTuber or Animation Rewind and Screw Attack. I mean, nobody's really satisfied. But here's the thing: the people like me and many other people. I mean, I've actually talked with Superman fans and I've talked with my fellow Dragon Ball Z fans. There are fans in both fandoms who do want a fair, good fight. As long as the analyses are right and fair and square, I'm all for it. I mean, if Goku loses, he loses. And if Superman loses, that's fair enough too. And you know what? You know what I say? I say to all the versions of Superman should be given his absolute peak of power in each of his own series. So that way, Goku can have Goku can go at full power against Superman's absolute full peak. I'm talking about each continuity, not like mixed into one. So like that. So yeah, I know I've been talking about Superman instead of talking what was on there, but even though I'm a Ruby fan, I haven't watched Ruby in ages. I mean, I only just finished watching season 4, and which by the way, I will get around to the Chibi series as soon as I can. But first I gotta do other videos first, and I mean, Yang was mostly out of the loop in season 4, and she was kicking ass in through seasons 1, 2, and 3. But we need more. We need more of her to actually, well, we just need more of her so we can use her in future fights. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. I enjoyed that. That was absolutely fantastic. Round of applause to Canadian YouTuber A. I absolutely adore his I know I don't look it, but I really do love his analysis videos. They're absolutely fun to watch. Absolutely 100% fun. I mean it doesn't go full on analysis and shows the fight and that's it. He actually gives a bit of a rant in his videos, which I have to admit is much more refreshing, and he points out things that people are saying, like he did in this video. So yeah, that was awesome. Round of applause to Canadian YouTuber. I absolutely adore your videos. Awesome, fantastic. Round of applause, thumbs up, blah 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 blah, that sort of thing. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching, and if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions, or responses, or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you guys want to follow me on my social medias, I'm on minds.com, Twitch, Dailymotion, and Hatron, Reddit, Discord, VidMe, Gab, Twitter, Tumblr, Patreon, GoFundMe, PayPal, and my other social medias are down there in the description box below, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And please go and check out my new skeptic channel, Gypsy Freak. It's also down there in the description box below. Peace out.